Tears of the Kingdom is a great game, filled with a ton of things everywhere you look. But that's not what we're looking for today. Instead, we're going to explore all the boring places you probably avoid. Let's get to it. Whenever the game was coming out, we knew a lot about the Sky Islands, and they looked great. But it wasn't until right before the game released that we found out about the depths. Now, for me, the depths essentially became a huge underground area that I just ran around and lit up. There is more going on down here aside from that, like some Yiga hideouts, plus some unique mob spawns, and even some treasures to be found across the map. But personally, I believe it's still the worst and most boring part of Tears of the Kingdom. Everything in the depths has this grayish blue color scheme, and you got this red gloom stuff all over the place. The depths atmosphere is just very uninviting, and lacks the overall appeal that makes me want to go and explore. In fact, after I lit up all of the environment, I didn't find much reason to go back unless it was required, or to get a certain item I'd heard about. At first, I liked the idea of a huge explorable cavern with ruins and mobs all over the place. But the way the depths was executed just wasn't what I had in mind, and I find majority of the location extremely avoidable and devoid of any real charm. Now, you may be thinking, yeah, but it was done like that on purpose. And that may be true, but it doesn't change for me that they made a huge part of the game feel like it didn't really matter. So, for all those reasons, I find the depths to be an extremely boring and avoidable location.
Outstanding!
The Sky Islands are a mixed bag in this game, because the Great Sky Island is, in fact, a great location, filled with a much more appealing color scheme, and overall exudes charm in handfuls, making it the perfect tutorial before the game really opened up. But sadly, that was where the Sky Island part of the game shined the brightest. The remainder of the Sky Islands just don't hit the same. They mostly contain the Zonai gacha machines, with some shrines and random puzzles thrown in. A lot of the smaller Sky Islands serve little to no purpose, and sadly are just boring. I personally would have loved to have more huge Sky Islands that were as good as the tutorial, but the rest just don't really live up to that one, and overall are too sparse and spread out across the map. Even with my complaints of how the Sky Islands ended up, I still put them above the depths, because at least it's something that I actually wanted more of. Next up is the Guero Desert. Now, I'll admit, I have a bias against desert levels. In fact, I would say desert levels are usually my least favorite part in any video game. And that's especially true in Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, just look at all this riveting gameplay. The desert is huge, hot, open, and mostly devoid of anything that I find interesting. So, for all those reasons, it makes my list of one of the most boring places inside Tears of the Kingdom. But let me know down below what your thoughts are on the subject. If you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Also, leave a comment, cause I respond to those pretty often. And as always, I'll catch you next time.